Hey, is this my papucho?
Well, I didn't want to answer when you called because my service was shoddy, and I was like, that's all I need to hear.
Well, I don't know what's going to change now, but we'll.
Well, I was driving through, my phone literally was having had no service.
Oh,
It was
so
like cutting it out.
we got to fit this in while we can.
Right. I didn't want to, I didn't want to upset the technology master over there.
you're you're not upsetting me as much as just ruining the whole experience for everyone. So,
Well, after last week's world's worst podcast,
world's worst. Last week's, you mean earlier this week?
or whatever it was, yeah,
It seemed like a million. With everything going on, it does seem like last week, doesn't it?
it does. It really does.
There's so much to talk about, and we can't talk about any of it. So, I know
This
that.
is true.
Let's talk about the fact that you're on your way down here. I'm very excited.
I am. I have currently 4 hours and 18 minutes till I'm in Spring Hill, Florida, while we're dropping off the children.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm not going to get there till 11 o'clock tonight, so I'll probably crash there this evening, somewhere in the Spring Hill area, and then in the morning wake up and shoot down to South Florida.
Oh man, for the big old orgy at the beach.
That's it. Yep.
So,
Get Marco in trouble. That's my whole goal this weekend.
right. uh, the, I don't even know what we have planned. I just know we've got like we've scheduled some time to hang out in some places if people want to meet you, and whoever else is coming. Uh, I know Friday night we're going to Margaritaville, which is in
Yeah.
Hollywood, Florida, and Saturday night or Saturday evening or afternoon. I don't know what the you made the schedule, so I don't
7
remember.
p.m. 7 p.m. start time.
7 p.m. Okay,
The bell rings at 7 p.m.
okay. So doors
7
open
p.m.
at
bell time.
doors open at 6:30. Uh,
Right.
yeah. We'll be at the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel and down whatever they call it, downtown area there. I mean, it's not a
Hollywood. Yeah.
downtown, but I mean they have their own little like kind of
Right.
area of shops
So,
and bars and stuff like that. I think.
so I did get just got a text message.
Yeah.
The text message, I'll say what it says and you tell me who sent it.
Okay. Shoot.
Text message says, "Fucker, what time will you be in Hollywood on Friday so you can pay for my bar tab?"
Well, that has to be Billy Fives.
Bingo.
Yeah. That was a no-brainer.
Yeah. So I responded with, "I am bringing Ben to pay for the bar tab."
God damn it.
His response was a middle finger emoji.
Oh. Well,
He's a very angry fella.
I'll be honest. He kind of likes me,
He
so
does. He does.
he might side with me against you. You play your cards too aggressively, it might backfire on you.
He does like you. Now the
Yeah.
question is, how much bad food will he force you to eat?
Oh, all of it. He'll start. He will purposely start. He will probably show up with a plate of tater tots in hand, one of those like
Right.
loaded tots, because that's the inside joke.
Right.
From that time, you were actually in town. Are you listening to me on speaker?
No.
Because I can hear like a reverb. It'll sound great on the podcast. I hear myself twice.
Here we go.
No, I'm just saying you'll hear it. It's
You're not on speakers. The shoddy equipment.
okay. How is it how is it shoddy equipment but a different thing every single time? Like if it was like this is something brand new and the only change, like if I was using science and the scientific method, the only change is that you're driving in a car right now.
It wasn't working. And you're like, oh, someone turned a button.
Uh,
What, the dog? I mean, it wasn't us.
okay. So
Marco, maybe he got mad. He flipped the switch on you. I don't know.
yeah. So I was on a diet and our friend Jackie died and you were happened to be in town, so we all wanted to get together and shoot the shit and kind of do a remembrance thing and a little just like because it was like a day after or 2 days after or something like that. We all just want to get together and kind of do a toast to Jackie and whatever else. And I was trying to not eat bad foods, and he like forced me. He didn't want to hear anything about it. He ordered some loaded tater tots for the table, and he like made me eat them. I was like, you don't tell Billy no. So
Right, right. And for those who don't know, Billy is. I mean, I don't even know how old he is because he's like ageless. So
he's
he's probably in his 50s, maybe.
he's in his early 50s, I believe.
Right, and but he looks like he's like
35.
maybe in his 30s. Yeah, like, and he can kick all our asses. Probably at the same time, he's actually done that before to people.
Yeah.
So
He was like riding a bike in Hollywood and got jumped by like four
right,
people and took and fought.
right.
He like fought five people at once.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he's a badass, like legit.
Mhm.
So you don't tell Billy no to tater tots.
Right. That's if there's like
Yeah.
if this story even required a moral, that's the moral.
All right.
Don't say no to Billy and the tots.
All
So
right. So if you're
yeah,
coming this weekend, say yes to Billy.
yes, I just have written off Friday now. I was planning on behaving Friday and maybe being bad on Saturday, but now that I know Billy's coming,
It's over.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be human shit show for 2 days.
Well, hey, I brought my card blockers, so we're good.
The magic cure all pill.
Magic hero. Yep.
So
So
did you saw the photo I sent earlier, right? Of my impulse buy at
I
Wawa.
did. Very excited.
It was a very expensive. Like normally at Wawa, it's like $15, and it's like my breakfast and like two or three drinks for the day. For
Right.
Gatorades and shit like that. Um, but this was a like $55 morning because I bought six of these. They're little red coffin shaped boxes, and they're Packy One Chip Challenge, and they have in them one tortilla chip a box,
This is so ridiculous.
and it's like the hottest tortilla chip ever with like all kinds of peppers and capsaicin, and I think it's not the ghost pepper, it's the other one, the Carolina Reaper.
Oh boy.
There's a thing on the back that says the Reaper shows no mercy, and there's a warning and it all kinds of stuff. So I've seen those online where two people eat the chip or one person eats the chip, and then you watch them suffer through it. And I think what we need to do, because I got six of them, is we get like a
Right.
group of us and we all do them. But we got to up the ante. I think like we're grown adults. We're all competitive. I think that just eating the chip isn't enough. I think after 90 seconds, once you swallowed it and all that, we got to
Yeah.
chase it down with a shot of Fireball.
Man, that's rough.
It is, but it's gonna be.
You know, it's funny because like I don't know what this chip tastes like. I have no idea.
It
But
probably doesn't have a taste. The taste is like hot. The taste is pain.
well, when you sent the picture over of just the package, like my first looking at it, my first thought was, man, that looks hot in the package. I don't even know what the chip looks like, but it looks like it would be hot. Like
Right.
this is gonna be. I just don't like hot stuff like that.
Hmm.
So this is gonna be very difficult.
Yeah. Well, I don't really like uncomfortably hot stuff like this either. So,
Right. Right.
but I thought that it would be a fun thing to do.
Well, I will say this. I'll be down there less than 24 hours. Uh, you owe me a bet, my friend.
Yeah. I thought we were
I'm
going
in
to do that. I
Vegas.
thought I was going to pay that up in Vegas.
I don't want to wait. I don't even care if you're wearing I don't even bring my disco shirt. I don't even care. I just need you standing next to me saying that I am the weight loss king and that Disco Inferno is the best wrestler ever in WC. He's better than Goldberg,
Can I listen to my own detriment?
right?
I'm going to just ask you on the drive down to think about that because we are going to Vegas and he is in
Right.
Vegas and I will buy the shirt and wear it and do it with him because that was the bet. And I think that
Fine, fine,
makes for much.
fine.
I mean,
Fine.
if you want to waste
No,
it
you're right.
this
You're
weekend,
right.
that's
You're right. No, you're right.
yeah.
You'll do it on the boys' trip to Vegas. That's right. Make sure I said boys' trip to Vegas.
Well, okay. I'm
Uh,
I
no women allowed.
okay. I mean, except the ones that are already in Vegas or are coming
Right.
to Vegas but aren't coming with us
Right.
or know us. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So fine. That's the deal. Because you're
Okay.
gonna do it next to him, and he's gonna just berate me. Oh, I can't even. You're right. That is gonna be better because he's gonna just shit on you the whole time.
Right, right. He's gonna be there for it. It's like
Right. Right.
I don't know why I'm offering myself up to this like huge humiliation, but I just feel like it's the smarter payoff. Now I am also admittedly buying myself time, but I'm sure you're not going to forget if we go to Vegas that that's on the
No.
agenda. So
No. I won't. I won't forget that.
yeah,
No. That also means we get to go to this club probably.
yeah, his titty club he works for. I love that he's like a bouncer at a titty club. That's so funny.
The guy was on national television on one of the biggest wrestling shows in history, and I mean, he does a good podcast too.
I wouldn't agree with that, but uh, you know, I'm only going to
I
say
mean,
kind things about him once because I'm required to.
ah,
I'm not
funny.
definitely not going to
Well,
say kind words about his podcast. That's for sure.
whatever. I like the guy. He's a good guy.
Of course you
He's
do.
kind to me.
You worked with him.
Oh,
So what else you got for me?
that I don't like. Okay, it's funny because you're saying like, no, we just talked about this the other day. Like, like you're saying like the podcast was the other day, and in my head, I'm really truly thinking like, I feel like we podcast like I feel like we're in a whole nother month, and I'm trying to think like we talked about my horrible cheat weekend because I mean obviously that was the worst podcast ever,
It
and we
was
got caught
bad,
up.
but can I
What?
offer a little criticism? Was that like just recounting your bad meals was it got a little long winded. Like especially since you ate bad for like three
What are you
fucking
trying to say?
days. You just went on and on about what you were eating. I might have nodded off in the middle of that.
You probably nodded off because you had pizza coma,
Yeah, that too. But I
too
haven't
much
had it.
sushi or something.
No, I've been good this week. I
I've
have
been
to.
good this week. I've been good Tuesday and Wednesday and today.
Yeah.
All I've eaten today was almonds. Couple,
Yes. See, you know what? It's funny. I criticized us talking about what you ate, and it went right into talking about what you ate. So, so,
I quickly ended up in the fridge.
so if, uh,
It's true. Come on.
yeah. Well, if this cord reached all the way to the fridge, I would be standing in front of the fridge while I talk to you in this podcast.
Uh, well, I got 4 hours left of this drive,
Mm-hmm.
and my stomach's starting to gurgle. This could be trouble.
You think you're gonna have to? Are you on 75?
Yeah, yeah. I'm on
Do they
75.
have rest areas like with like?
I literally just passed one. The next one's like in 50 miles.
Oh, you gotta wait 50 miles. See, and honestly, like, are these like the turnpike ones on in Florida?
Yeah,
I know
same ones. Yeah,
they clean them really well every like hour. So
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
so
same,
like and there's
same.
plenty of stalls, so you can always find like a good clean one. Like you don't want to be like pulling over on a Thursday night and having to hit like the like the Waffle House bathroom or a
But
McDonald's.
listen, I am a pro traveler.
Yeah, I don't. What does that mean?
I would never hit a Waffle House toilet.
I listen. Sometimes it's like the first building, whatever it is. The options are
I figured it out.
okay. What's
You
the
go into the hotels.
yes?
Hotel bathrooms are always clean.
I feel like we've talked about this, but not on the podcast. And
Right.
that's that. Especially the lobby bathrooms, just like
Always clean.
they're cleaned every half hour or so.
Right. Spotless. So I will pull a nice sneak move into the like a Hampton Inn, and nobody's ever asked me, do you stay here? Nobody's ever asked me. I
Right. You
just I
just
just go and I'm like, hey,
right.
they
You
don't
could
know.
be. You may not be
Checked
staying,
in
but
last night. Yeah,
you may
right.
be
I remember.
seeing
Yeah.
someone that's there, whatever, or you may be
Right.
eating at the
Right.
restaurant. Um, we
Yeah.
had a rule back in the day with Jackie,
Yeah.
which was that nobody when we because we'd share a hotel room like three or four of us
Right.
that nobody was allowed to shit in the hotel room bathroom. That
Right.
if you had to do a sit down job, you had to go down to the lobby to do it.
Always. That's always the rule. Yeah.
It is, but you would be surprised how many people just
I mean,
blatantly.
I've broken the rule once or twice.
Now, there's breaking the rule in terms of like nobody's in the hotel room, and you run back up there and you do it. And then there's breaking the rule where everyone's in the hotel room and you decide to go in there and do it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. This is probably a story not for the podcast, but last week we were in Charlotte and we had two separate rooms. But I got to the room and I had to go. Well, I clogged the toilet because that's like my thing. I clog toilets all over the place.
You do.
So
There's a famous video
right, there's a famous video
on
about
our
this.
YouTube where
Right,
you have to have the maintenance guy come up to plunge it,
right,
and
and the maintenance guy is like loves his job so much he could not wait to plunge my shit.
and
You gotta
he
watch the video because I'm crying the whole time,
and the
laughing.
kids are laughing, and I think you blame
Yeah,
Nick for it. He was actually,
yeah,
I think, wasn't he shitting in the toilet after you'd already fucking
right.
clogged
He
it?
did. Yeah. So I blamed him, and then but the guy came in the room and he was like, "I've been, I've been unclogging toilets for 30 years." Like he was pumped that he got to unclog. Like he was probably waiting all day for that phone call, and he's like, "Let me go get my snake." And he had like this special tool that he had like it had his name on it. It was like his thing, Like he was super pumped. But this weekend I do it, and Eric was gonna go in the bathroom, and he's like, I said, "It's clogged." He's like, "You just gonna leave it like that?" Like calls the desk, and the guy says, "You can come get the plunger." So Eric goes downstairs and gets the plunger, and I plunged it. And he's like, "You gonna bring it back?" I said, "We probably should keep it here for the rest of the weekend, just in case." I hate to have to run up and down.
You know, sometimes it just needs time to work itself down. Like I've
Yeah,
plugged it.
but
I
it's a low flush. It's a low pressure flush. Doesn't ever get it down.
I have clogged a toilet and then just left it for like 6 hours or so, and then when I go to flush it
Right,
again, it goes down as if like
right.
whatever was clogging it got watered down or whatever. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not. I should know the physics of it after this
I was
week.
gonna say, wait, how would you not know that? You literally stuck a camera down a toilet pipe this week.
We did. Did we? Did we? I forget what day it was. Did we even talk about that on the last one? I think we did. Um, yeah. The funniest part was that I filmed us using that camera because
Right.
we we had run a 50-foot snake down the. I'm probably repeating the story, but we had run a 50-foot snake down their line and hadn't hit the clog, and that's all we had. So we were like,
You
well,
did tell
let's
the story already, yeah.
yeah, but I'll retell it quickly because there's a extra thing to it. So then we rent this camera that's 100 feet long, and at about 70 feet, he hit the clog with it and just jammed it through
Right.
with the camera. But the funny thing was that I had decided I'll film using it because it's kind of whenever we use a cool tool, I kind of film it and put it on TikTok, and
Right.
usually people enjoy looking at it, especially like tradespeople and stuff. And
I thought it was a cool video.
yeah,
But yeah,
and
go ahead.
because I'm really good at editing, and by the way, and so one of the comments though, because at the beginning of the video, Marco like to show the camera's working, he holds it up to his face and he goes, "Oh, I'm on the camera" or whatever, and then I kind of go from filming him with the camera in his face to the screen, which has his face on the screen to show that it's working. And someone comments, "Why would you put that shit camera?" They call it shit camera, so close to your face. Because he put it like it was a microphone, and
And nobody even thought of that.
I'm like, I didn't think of that. Marco didn't think of that, and
Right, right.
I like sat there for a minute looking at the comment, and I just replied, you ask a really good question. And that was, and then I mentioned it to Marco, and he paused. Today I mentioned it to him because they commented like overnight, and he's like, you're right. Why did I do that? I'm like, we were just after
Right.
the
Listen,
date.
we may have to cut this podcast short.
Oh, you're gonna have to run into a toilet?
No, my phone's breaking up.
No. Oh, you couldn't hear me?
You cut out for like
Oh, you just cut off.
we're in the Vienna pits
Oh.
exit.
Well, if I cut off to you, it doesn't matter because it still records me. That's the beauty of my end. Oh, yeah. So the big weekend. What else do you want to do while you're here? Because
I want to eat good food. I
yeah,
want to podcast. I want to film some videos like we used to do. I think we need to do that.
you
And
more of the like the vlogs or mini videos
right,
or
and I'm gonna make a lot of tiki talks.
TikToks. I think we need to do a spoof infomercial for our merchandise too while you're here.
I think we need to do it too. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Like where you have a hard time opening the jar of mayo, and I hand you the
Yeah,
T-shirt, and somehow that helps you open the jar of mayo.
right, right. All right, you
Did
can
you
do
bring
that.
your Did you bring your Billy Mays shirt?
No, because I thought about it.
Oh Jesus,
I need to be wearing our shirt, not Billy Mays' shirt.
that's sort of true.
Right. I need to be wearing our shirt. I brought the two tank tops and a t-shirt.
Okay.
So we got a little variety, and I brought the hat.
Oh, someone's gonna actually wear the hat for once.
Yeah,
The guy busted my balls for like 2 weeks. Give me the hat. Give me the hat. Then he hasn't worn the hat in one fucking thing.
I got it. I brought it with me.
You're the
I'm gonna
worst.
wear it like Paul Heyman with the hair sticking all the way out.
You do the ponytail through the
Right.
yeah.
Right.
All right.
That's all I got.
That's it. That's all you got. No good. No.
That's
Did you hit the mailbox before you fucking left? Because I know you. Oh, you didn't mention that one. You got to tell that at least.
The cup story.
Yeah.
So I got a cup yesterday, a coffee mug in
Well,
the PO box.
First of all, you call me, and you're
Right.
talking to me about our current headaches that we're experiencing that we can't talk about, and you're like shopping as usual, and because all you do is eat, and you're like, oh wait, before I hang up, you got to come with me to the post office. And I'm like, you son of a bitch, because I guess your post office is next to the Publix or your PO box
It
or
is.
whatever.
Yes, next door. Yeah.
All right, so you walk over there, and you're like kind of like talking to me, but you're also doing the like celebrity entering an establishment. Hey, how you
Yeah.
doing? How you doing? How you doing? To everybody.
Because they were all like, I walked in and the first girl was like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey," and then the other girl like gave me like, "I told you I was gonna lose you."
And I was thinking about, I'm like, we can't end another podcast with
No, no.
with a story interrupt us. So you were the celebrity walking through the place.
Right, everybody's saying hi to me, whatever.
Mhm.
I get to my PO box, and there's the thing in there that says you have a box, but there's also a piece of paper in there that's like, "Hey, make your business cards here." I feel like they just put it in my box, like, we got this guy, he's an easy target. So I slickly threw that in the garbage, and then she got me my box. I opened the box at home, and it is a coffee mug, but it came from the United Kingdom.
Mhm.
No name on it. It just said international shipping, come from the UK. I open it up. It's a coffee mug, and I put it on TikTok already today. It's a coffee mug with my face behind bars that says like lockdown, and then it says free AJ Slambino hashtag. And the other side of the cup says hashtag free AJ Slambino. Coolest cup ever. Videos on the TikTok. You can go watch it. I don't know who sent it to me.
And for anyone who's like not keeping up with every single podcast, that references you being suspended on
Right.
TikTok for a week,
Last week or
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So it's a really cool mug. I don't know who sent it to me. I posted it. I haven't checked my TikTok in about 2 hours, so it could be somebody could have owned up to it. But I don't know yet. So we'll have to see. But
Right.
it's a really cool coffee mug.
Well, if you're listening and you send it to him, let him know so he can
Please. Yeah.
thank you properly.
Right.
All right, bud.
But
What else
that's
you
it.
got?
That's all
That
I
it?
got. My stomach's rumbling. The dog is panting. The car is freezing cold, and I got 4 hours of driving left. It
That's
doesn't
fine.
get much better than that.
I just picture you in the car with the two kids and the dog and the emergency shit that's coming up.
It's coming.
I feel like you should call back and we should resume the podcast with you.
Nobody wants to hear that.
No, I mean like maybe not. No, but I mean like afterwards. Tell the story of.
Although we did get a comment this week. We should end it on this. What did someone comment this week about the podcast?
Someone commented on the YouTube channel. I miss the poopy wrestling stories or pooping. The pooping wrestling stories, and you got confused from it. Like, when did we ever tell a pooping wrestling story? I think, and I said, no. I think he means he misses the pooping stories and the wrestling stories. We kind of got away from our wheelhouse, which is telling shit your pants stories and funny wrestling stories because we both have kind of been around the business. So
Right.
yeah, you more than me for sure. And Marco also has lots
So
of
so so maybe I mean obviously the next podcast is going to be about
the weekend.
the weekend we're about to have, right? But then
Well,
maybe I'll tell a wrestling story. I don't know. I still have to tell a Mr. Perfect story one day.
then the next Furlough Files will be the next podcast is going to be you, me, and Marco down here.
Right.
I think we're going to do a riff track on that Ultracon wrestling show we did that I have
Right.
still have the footage for,
Yeah.
which will
True.
be fun.
All right. Well, maybe I'll call back later. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Uh, cool.
I'm on the. Hey, I'm gonna end it on this quote.
Uh,
One big dream drop. What is it called? I don't even know. I said
it's
cut that out. Can
one.
can you cut that out? Because that was that word cannot be in here. Can you cut out what I just said?
I didn't hear what you said. What? I'll,
All right, you'll go back in here. You have to cut that out. You cannot keep that in there.
I'm going to listen and I'll decide at my discussion. It's
No, listen. You have to take it out because I'm like just that's that. But it slipped up. I don't even know how I said that.
I didn't hear it, so I'm going to have to listen back. I can't wait.
The whole podcast over. Just cut it out. I'm crying.
It it's it's a famous
Anyway.
famous fat shitso siatso quote
Right.
that
One big
goes,
dream wrapped in asphalt, baby. I'm on the road.
yeah, it's one big dream wrapped in asphalt. You
Right.
know, if all
All right. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I gotta get off this thing. Goodbye.
okay, bye.